Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from PocketNow.com, and in this video we're taking a look at the new version of Opera Mini version 5, which is in beta right now. Opera Mini is one of the few mobile browsers that uses server-side rendering, meaning when you call out for a website, it first goes through the server of Opera, gets compressed and sent down to your device, so it really speeds up page rendering. It's very close in functionality to Skyfire. In fact, we are going to compare the two mobile browsers in a few minutes to see which one is actually faster. So let's start by turning on Opera Mobile 9.5. It's a Java application, so it loads first in the Midlet Manager. So I'm going to go to Opera Mini 5 Beta, and it takes a fair amount of time to start up, being a beta. Okay, so that took about 20-25 seconds, which is a little bit too long for a mobile browser, but again, it's in beta, it's not quite finished. Now, the first view we get is very reminiscent of Google Chrome. So we have a bunch of thumbnails of websites that we visit on a regular basis. And of course, you can press on one of these tiles to add, or you can dial into one of them. Let's go to Wikipedia and take a look at what that looks like. We get a little message here saying, are you sure you want to use data? I'm going to click yes, and then it's off. Right now we're using an EVDO connection at about half strength, so it's not as fast as it could be, but it's still a 3G connection. So as you can see, it came in very fast here. Scrolling and panning around the page is very fast. You can double tap to zoom in, although sometimes it doesn't quite work. Let me give it a try here. Yeah, you see, sometimes it doesn't work. Let me try again over here, which is probably one of the bugs in the beta. It does work in landscape, and it flips over to landscape very fast, but unfortunately, for devices that have slide-out keyboards, or at least the HTC Touch Pro, you can't use the hardware keyboard, only the on-screen keyboard. So let's do some speed tests and see how fast Opera Mini 5 takes to load certain pages. So we're going to switch back to Portrait and get a stopwatch over next to the Touch Pro, and we're going to start off by going to PocketNow.com. And here's the on-screen keyboard. It's pretty good. It's nicely sized. And of course, the text is very small on the screen. You can actually make adjustments to that. And I'm going to tap on the first entry here and try to hit start at the very same time if that's possible. And we're trying to hit go at the same time. Ready, set, go. Okay, and here it comes at about 18 seconds, a little bit on the slow side. Of course, we can pan around the page. The rendering is very good. What's really interesting about Opera Mini 5 is that going back to the previous page, for some reason, is very, very fast. Watch this. You can kind of flip between pages at a very rapid velocity, and I've tested this with multiple web pages. Each time it goes back very fast. Let's test with another website. Let's go to Engadget this time, and we're going to reset. All right, and we're going to hit go at the same time. Ready, set, go. And there it comes in one quick burst at about 17 or 18 seconds. Again, not as fast as it could be. I think Skyfire is probably going to beat it, but the rendering fidelity is fantastic. You can get around on the screen very easily, and everything looks great once it comes through. There are some settings in Opera Mini 5, and if you notice the bottom bar here, it's very reminiscent of Opera Mobile 9.5 that is preloaded onto a lot of Windows mobile devices now. So we can tap on the little wrench here and get some settings. Very easy to use interface, and we can actually have multiple tabs open. By clicking on this area, we can press plus and go to, say, BBC News or any other web page, or enter a URL. Okay, so let's take a look at how fast Skyfire is. We looked at two pages. Both of them came through in about 17 seconds. Wasn't amazing. Certainly a little bit faster than Opera Mobile 9.5. So here we are in Skyfire. And let's go to PocketNow.com. Not configured as your default browser. We'll skip that. And to be fair, I'm going to use the on-screen keyboard. Okay, here it goes, and we're going to try to get this at the same time. Ready, set, go. Again, Skyfire is also using server-side rendering to pull down the page a little bit faster than you would get with a standard browser like Opera Mobile 9.5 or Pocket Internet Explorer. And here it is in about 13 seconds, and we get some instructions on the screen that kind of comes up in the first time setup. Very similar in terms of how the page renders, very good. Double tap to zoom in kind of thing. Let's take a look at how fast it brings up Engadget. Okay, here we go, and ready, set, go. And it's done in about 20 seconds, a little bit slower than Opera Mini. Again, I think that has to do with the slow EVD connection that I'm on right now. It's not at full strength. So overall, Opera Mini 5 really has the potential to replace Skyfire as the fastest Windows mobile browser. This test was a little bit flawed because we're using kind of a slow EVDO network. We don't have a full signal up here, but you can see by the interface and the way that Opera Mini allows you to have multiple pages open and quickly access your favorites, that it really has the potential to be an awesome Windows mobile browser, and we're looking forward to future betas and the final release of Opera Mini when it becomes available and works the way it should. For example, of course, hardware keyboard doesn't work on this particular device. So follow us on Twitter for more on the latest in Windows mobile browsers, twitter.com/PocketNowTweets. That's it for now.